Hello, it's the Holistic Travel Nurse Naomi, and this video I have a diamond in Doterra who's been growing her team all over the world and is going to share with us her great knowledge of how long she's been doing oils, what got her into natural healing, and now how she's rocking it as a business. So Mandy, tell us a little bit about your story, how you got into deciding to get into oils and all this natural healing stuff. I mean, you are California, so it's probably
Yeah. Uh, first of all, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me come on. It's nice to be able to speak to your team and everybody else who's interested in this stuff. Not a lot of people know this, but my cousin by marriage is Boyd Truman. So if you're familiar of who Boyd Truman is, he's creator of Symphony of the Cells. He's written Essential Oils Simplified and Expanded. They're great books. You can get at truewellness.com. And he's just a mastermind. He's world renowned. He's well known. He's studied essential oils for 30 plus years, raised 8 children on essential oils. And so it's funny because the first time I ever met Boyd was at my wedding with my husband. He is my husband's cousin. And they showed up at our wedding and I was like, I don't know who these people are. So they introduced themselves, him and Sandy, they were lovely people. And Freddie on the side pulled me over and he's like, yeah, they're those weird, like holistic shop at Whole Foods kind of people. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't get those people at all. So I'm just going to put on a happy face and be like, welcome, so happy to have you here. Was not raised holistic, was not raised at all to know what oils were. I didn't, even at the time, doTERRA wasn't around at the time. They were just essential oil users, which was weird and unheard of, right? Natural health was just weird. So fast forward into, I would say about 10 or years later, I was pregnant with my 4th child. So I have 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls. And so I was pregnant with my 4th, Piper. And my husband comes home from work and he's like, hey, let's pick up a little bit. My cousin Boyd's coming over to talk to us. And I was like, crazy health nut, natural holistic Boyd? And he's like, yeah, him. I'm like, okay, why is he coming over? And he said, he's going to come and talk to us about his business that he does. And I'm like, what's his business? And he's like, I don't know, something about oils. And my first thought was like motor oil or like cooking oil? Like what? Expand. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, remember they're like holistic. So they use these weird oils to help them with, naturally take care of their health and their family. And then the light popped on. This was a network marketing company. Now, I know a lot about network marketing companies because my parents actually were very successful in a different network marketing company. However, because I knew the lingo, I knew the way it was, I knew how the money thing worked, I was totally turned off by it. So I was kind of anti-network marketing. And so when my husband was telling me this, I was like, heck no, I don't want to don't buy anything. I don't want you signing anything. I don't want to be placed underneath anybody. I don't want anything to do with this. And keep in mind, I'm 8 months pregnant and totally hormonal when all of this is happening. So, I may have been over the edge, but at the same time, not really. I probably would have reacted the same. So Boyd comes over one night. I say hi. I put on the happy face, and him and my husband go into our living room, and I go and I clean the kitchen. And I'm like avoiding it at all costs. Well, it came to the point where I'm in the kitchen. I'm smelling these smells, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are we going to like sing Kumbaya and dread each other's hair? What is going on right now? And so finally, I was done with the kitchen. I waddle into our living room, sit down, and I just kind of cross my arms and I just kind of stare at him with this glare of like, please teach me something I don't know. Please enlighten me with your $1 million success stories and how you want me to jump on board with this. And he felt it and he knew it. And he just knew I just wanted to leave him to go and leave. And one of the first questions Boyd ever asked me was, so Mandy, are there any health concerns that you deal with on a daily basis? And in my mind, we were a healthy family, meaning when my kids were not well, we would use the Western alternative. And my kids were not well often. Like they I have 4 kids. I mean, I was 3 at the time. I was pregnant with my 4th, and it was a vicious cycle. You know, one wouldn't feel well, the next one would get whatever, and then my babysitter would get it, we would get it. But for us, that was healthy because that's normal, you know, for everybody. And I told him, you know, I get some head irritation once in a while. I get some stress happening, but I use my Tylenol. Yay, modern medicine. We've evolved since the dark ages. And like, I was just very anti any of this. And he's like, okay, well, I've noticed you're stuffy. Like, you've got maybe some mucus buildup happening right now, which it was November, which made sense. And he's like, I'm just going to give you a bottle of lemon. Here's some lemon. Just drink a few drops in your water every day, and that will help digestive wise. It'll help clear out any buildup of mucus in your system, and you can flush it all out. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Free lemon. Okay, I'll take something free. Thank you. And so he gave that to me. And of course, my husband, who's like, well, I have a bad back and I have a fungal thing on my toe and I've got this ear thing. And I'm like, shut up. Stop letting him know what our health, issues are. Needless to say, Boyd is all about sharing. He just says, when in doubt, you share your oils, you put them on people, you talk about them, you get them in their hands. Mm-hmm. And that's what he did for us. He offered a few essential oils to help us. And so he did that, and I shoot him out the door, and I'm like, thank you, bye, go away. We'll never talk to you again. And I drank the lemon in my water because I actually do love lemon in my water. You know, I go to restaurants, I ask for lemon, I ask for lime, I ask for stuff in my water. And of course, you can't really carry a fruit in your purse. I guess you could. You'd be really weird if you did that. But it was just a nice little bottle to have around with me. I drank it. I liked it. I ran out of it. And so I did what everybody else tends to do. I went online. And I was searching and I was looking to see if there was another alternative that I could get. So I didn't have to sign up for anything. I was totally cheating, right? Mm-hmm. And interesting, I was researching everything online, and everything said organic, 100% pure, all that jazz that people read into. Mm-hmm. And then, but I also read, do not take internally. And for many, they said, do not apply topically. Mm-hmm. And I freaked out a little bit because here I am, an 8-month pregnant woman, and he's telling me I can drink this stuff. So I was like, do I need to be okay? Do I need my stomach pumped? Am I all right? Is my baby going to be okay? I had no idea. So I went to the source. I was like, I'm going to have to ask him, because I was reading so many things online and I was getting so confused. And I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know oils were a thing. I really didn't. I knew about frankincense and myrrh from the Christmas Story, and that's like my extent. And I've heard of aromatherapy and massages. That's about it. That's all I knew. And so I called Boyd up and I'm like, okay, I finished this bottle. I'm reading I'm not supposed to be drinking this stuff. Will you please enlighten me and make me feel better about why I can have this? And here is where he broke down CPTG, certified pure therapeutic grade. And it made sense to me. He said, oils have been around for centuries. This is not new. This is not a new concept. The trouble is that when modern medicine came into play, Eastern was just kind of pushed to the side because, all of these new concoctions and all of these new drugs that are coming onto the market that are going to make everything better. Except 100 years later, look at us as a society. We are not healthier. We are actually a much sicker society because of all of the synthetics that we're taking in. And not just that, food is different. We're drinking soda every day. We're not taking our water intake. We aren't sleeping as much. We are a stressed out generation. As much as I love my oils, they're miracle workers and they're wonderful, but just the simple things that our doctors aren't telling us: sleep, nutrition, more nutrition, water, all of the emotional stability. Those play such a big thing in our overall health. And I didn't know anything about my body. I grew up paying my copay, putting my health in my doctor's hands. You buy whatever you buy and you walk away. I didn't know a lot about my body. And it's been a blessing coming into doTERRA because I know so much about my body now that I never knew before. And that was a big reason of why I went ahead and went along with this and made it a business. And it's funny because it was a process for me. And I tell people, you talk to the skeptics. because I was the skeptic. I was a major, major skeptic. So the people who are like, I don't believe in that stuff is voodoo stuff, they usually turn out to be the biggest converts to this, because once they see, they go, oh, that's interesting. And it took me having 4 kids and using them on them and using them with them and learning through books and researching, and my children having perfect attendance records at school and me able to use oils on my kids, and it would work sometimes faster than the alternative. And I remember the light going on and going, why wasn't I taught this? Why is this something that was never covered with me? Like I never knew anything about this. And it actually made me angry, because I don't want to be in the dark. You know, I want to know as much as I can. We all want to live a long time. We all want to have that longevity. And we're putting our faith into power drinks and caffeinated drinks and diet plans without nutrition that our body needs, and trying to stay younger with facial creams. And I mean, we have the right intention with not the resources in front of us that are natural and that our body is going to react to naturally. We're organic beings. We need organic tools to help us with that outcome. And so yeah, I remember sitting in the car with my husband, and it was a few weeks, or no, probably a month or 2 into us using the product. And I just was like, oh, crap, we're going to have to do this as a business, huh? Like, nothing happy about that decision. I just knew this was something I couldn't sit on and not talk to people about. And so it really was the motivation of education that pushed me to be a business builder and to build teams. And so I saw, I had a huge advantage because I saw my parents be successful in their network marketing company. Yeah. So I did know the kind of work that was going to have to go into this. I think people have the frame of mind of, I'm going to do this network marketing company, I'm going to be rich by next year. And I think that's what gives network marketing such a bad rap, is people have this misconception that you're going to make money fast. Now, you can, in network marketing, give yourself a few years of push. Yeah, you're going to hit goals you would have never hit in a corporate job ever. Absolutely. But you can't put your faith into a few enrollments, a few months of working the business. You've got to look way past that for success. And but I knew that mentally. So that's how we got started in the business. And so we've been doing it for 7 years. Love it. I've loved everything about it. I wake up every day excited about who I'm going to talk to, what class am I going to plan, what kind of webinar I'm going to do for my team. And it's a positive, happy place to be in my business. I wouldn't do anything else. I really do enjoy this.
And you have people from other countries on your team.
I do. In fact, I asked my builder, my Australian builder is in town for 10 days. We just came back from corporate yesterday. She wanted to go see corporate. So she has her Australian team out there. She's got a little Malaysian team as well. My main builders are in Maryland, Dallas, Sacramento, California. So I do travel a lot out to my teams. I do that by choice. That's not necessary to build in your business, but I do not mind traveling. And I enjoy the journey of all of that. I like to visit different places. I like history. I like to, when I go, I teach classes, I help people, but then I get to feel part of their culture too, which is really fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So what are some of your favorite oils that you're using right this moment?
My go-to right now are the yoga blends. I am so in love with those blends. I love all 3 of them together in a diffuser. In fact, I'll make roller bottles and sprays with the 3 of them mixed, and I'll just spray them all over me when I'm traveling. I cannot get enough of it. Anchor out of those 3 is my favorite. So if I can't combine all of them, I have an anchor with me at all times. It just kind of balances me out, makes me feel happy, and just the aroma is awesome. And that's a really hard question, because it's like saying, who's your favorite child? It's really hard, because I love On Guard. We're obviously using a lot of On Guard right now, getting ready for what's coming up, the season coming up. And I love my skincare stuff. I love my hair stuff. I love all of my sleeping stuff so I can sleep. it's a broad question just because
No.
I have my favorites according to what I'm trying to help.
Yep.
But right now, the yoga ones are like my favorite one.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. When yesterday I had a little bit of head tension, so Copaiba and frankincense were my best friends. Um,
Yeah.
Last week I met some fire ants, and they weren't nice to me. And
Not fun.
yeah, I didn't know that it was night, and I was outside the trailer, and I didn't even know I had like over 20 bites on my feet. And
No. And see, you don't think about that. Like, I remember what my life was like before essential oils. And in those situations, you'd be like, what do I do? Go grab the ice. Go get the Neosporin. I mean, like, you really were questioning what's the best thing to do for the situation. I don't question anything anymore.
yep,
My first question is, what oil do I need to go grab? And it's awesome. It's a really empowering, you
yep.
have an answer for things. And that's great.
This is what this is all about. People can have something right at hand. This is why they want to have more than one type of oil at home, to have a variety of things to manage the things that just happen in their life, and so they don't have to pop something in that's not going to be healthy for them, but they have something they can do immediately right then and there.
Right.
um, I had a horrible reaction, like my feet swelled up and they were warm to touch. And I'm from the West Coast like you, the East Coast. I don't think West Coast we have these fire ants.
No. There
It's,
are bugs we don't know about that are out there.
yep, yep, in the South. That's right. But again, I do still think we have a good place for regular medicine. I mean, if there's a snake bite, you need to go to the ER.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we need to have a combination of both issues. But I want to know, I want people to know that they can manage a lot of their own health with a good nutrition plan at home, and add in some incredible whole food supplements, and some natural approach. When it comes to like what the oils do emotionally, we don't address that. A physician actually doesn't address where we will cause harm to our bodies. And so those help with, like you said, the yoga ones are incredible for dealing with our emotions and balancing our emotions. And that's like so important. That's like
Yeah.
so important, because those will actually, there's a book that I just finished reading where we will store those bad negative emotions in our body, and they will come out as diseases in time. And so
Well,
that's
cortisol
right.
alone. I mean, when you're storing your stress and your cortisol levels are gonna just, it's awful for your health, and it's gonna store in your intestines, and it's gonna store, extra fat on our bodies, which nobody, wants to deal with that. And our emotions play a huge part in our overall health, and we don't address it. It's kind of a hush hush. People just kind
Mhm.
of go, oh, it's something we can't really touch. We can numb you here,
Here's a
and
pill.
sometimes that's necessary. I have a family member who has depression, and he has medication that helps stabilize him, and that works for him. Granted, I have to tell people, even with essential oils, I have people say, well, it's going to take so long to figure out what oils work for me. And I say, well, it's going to be the same for Western medicine as well. You also have to find out what medication is going to balance with your body, because
Mhm.
it took my family member 2 years to find what worked for him. So why not try to go as Eastern as you possibly can, as natural as you possibly can. And of course, being Boyd Truman's cousin, you know that I learned from him. And number one for us is fix your gut. Get your gut in check, because that's like 85% of the issues that we are all having in our bodies. So fix your gut, check your gut, get on your Lifelong Vitality Pack, get on your Terrazyme, get on your PB Assist, make mama happy, and everything else will pretty much balance out. And then we can figure out where else do we need to balance,
Oh,
the rest of
you can tell him I'm like this super fan that I might have to mom, because the Symphony of Cells, I like bought it for my parents. I, my husband and I will love, I'm like, hey, you're going to put oils on me. And like,
yeah.
we have it kind of down now that we don't have to look at the book as much, but, my husband will be able, we were not feeling so well last year, and we did a Symphony of Cells. So for, getting those hot oils, was like, dude, you need to get some carrier oil on my back right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
But
like, 2 drops of oregano was enough Okay. You do not.
But you want the hot stuff. I taught a wellness class last night to prepare for the season coming up, and that was one of the first things I talked about is get the hot stuff on you, in you, and around you. That stuff is going to kill the bad stuff. So
Yeah.
now is the time to prep. Get your cinnamon, get your cassia, get your clove, get your oregano, get all of that fun stuff, your thyme,
Yep.
and have them ready. And take a daily capsule of something. Even take a daily capsule of the GX Assist. That we can certainly cleanse from that. I don't do a daily capsule of that one.
Mhm.
I do maybe once a week or once a month, just
Yeah.
to keep your immune system into check. For the cleanse, obviously do it daily, but there's things to help. I mean, the idea is not to use the oils when exactly it's needed. We want to use oils and the doTERRA products to prevent that happening. We want to dodge that. We want to have to not even deal with it at all. So that's the main idea, that we want to be able to not to come face to face with any of that. But when we do, we certainly can use them as tools as well. So use them now, diffuse now, start applying them on your feet every night before bed right now. Get yourself in a routine. We brush our teeth, we wash our faces, we take our showers, we do the necessary things hygienically that we need to. Is hygienically a word?
Yeah. I think
Yay!
so.
I mean, you would know. But we know we already have our main routines of what we need to do to be healthy on a daily basis. Start adding something new every month. Add On Guard on the bottom of the feet. Add turning on your diffuser. Add taking your supplements at a certain time of day. And then it'll become second nature to where when you're off your schedule, you're like, something's not right, I'm off. And build it up. I mean, don't jump in all together because that's going to be overwhelming. And I find people when they're overwhelmed, that's the number one thing with essential oils. People don't know what they're doing and they're overwhelming to them. We don't want that. Start small. Start with the first one, then do the next one. Put something on your feet. Blessing with essential oils is it doesn't matter what you're using, your body is going to get health benefits from it. So you can't really do anything wrong there. So if you just like the smell of something, diffuse it, diffuse it constantly, have it around you, and then start adding other things as well, because you're just going to get the benefits that come from that. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It doesn't have to be hard. Trust me, if I can make a lifestyle out of this, anybody can, because you guys know I was like stone cold about all of this. I was not interested. And so it's doable for everybody. And it is for everybody. I've had people say, oh, it's not for everybody. No, it is. It is for everybody. Everybody should have this in your cabinets ready to go, because our bodies are craving a natural alternative.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can change your mindset there, you will see neat things happen.
I agree. I have them all over. I kind of have them all over with me all the time. And so I did yoga last night, and I was like, well, I'm going with my head tension. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of oils on. I might smell, but I'm getting to yoga.
Yeah.
And they're a daily thing. And I agree with starting slow, because I realized with my parents that I kind of gave them a whole bunch at first. I'm like, hey, you need all this. And they're like, what?
And that's the overwhelming part. I'm a big believer in enrolling with a family essentials kit or a home essentials kit, or even aroma touch kit. I'd even say possibly I do like to turn people on to the natural solutions kit,
Yeah.
because that comes with stuff that they already know how to use. They already know how to use hand soap. They already know how to use the diffuser, and the oils tend to be the overwhelming thing. So I don't go really past that unless people want those diamond kits. Sure, absolutely. Don't say no to that sale. But you want them to look and learn and not look at everything and go, what did I do? And freak out about that. We want them to have the basics. I call them the pantry necessities. We have our sugar, we have our flour, we have our baking soda, we have whatever it is we need in our baking pantry to cook whatever it is that we need to cook. Tell them they need their oil pantry. They need the top 10. Use the top 10 for anything. Like really, under the sun, those top 10 will touch everything. And I tell them, you don't know you want it now. You're going to need it when something comes up and you want to call me. And I say, go to your oil pantry and hear it and take this out, this out, this out, and this out. And then they're prepared. We want to be prepared for anything to come our way. So I love getting top 10 in every home. So do your best to offer that. And that explanation has always helped me.
Oh, I didn't think, I actually have never heard it that way, that you would want all the different, like, that's a great explanation because you really do. And the top 10 really do have everything in there that you're going to need for an emergency situation, a lot of them at home.
Even with
Great.
the aroma touch, I mean, we're missing a few. We don't have the oregano in there, but honestly, we don't really introduce oregano until it's really necessary for them to be introduced to that. And the balance is a wonderful one that I connect people with. And wild orange doesn't come in the other top 10. So the aroma touch technique kit is a great one to start people on as well, because they all smell really good. We want to have a positive reaction to them into their lifestyle. So get them
Mhm.
the good smelling ones so that they want to diffuse and they want to try some different things as well. So it really just depends on how they want to come into this lifestyle. It's our
That,
job to guide them in that right direction.
that is exactly right. And you have been a big help in sharing your story and saying it in a different way than I've actually heard it. So that's helpful for me. And so I just wanted to thank you for being a part of this podcast and sharing this. We'll share it with some other people that will definitely help and benefit, and they can know that they can start small, but they can manage their health at home.
Oh, awesome. Well, I don't know if you know a lot about my comedy videos, but
Yes, I've
if you
seen
just
them.
want
I
to
love
laugh and
them.
have fun with them, so my husband and I, we do stand up comedy. That's how we met. And we do a bunch of comedy videos, and you can go to Mandy Khun on YouTube, and you can go to
Awesome.
oils and stuff with Mandy Khun and watch some of my videos there. We do it because I think we all need to calm down once in a while. I think we're so business minded and so stressed about getting to our ranks that we need to step back and laugh at ourselves at the same time. So if you want a good laugh, go watch our videos, because that's why we make them.
Oh, that is so awesome. We always just say, I tell people if they're using their oregano really quick, I'm really concerned about who they might be torturing. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna like have to have a conversation with you. Who have you been torturing?
yeah. You don't want to be my enemy. You want to be my friend.
I know, I know. And my husband put so many oils on me with the Symphony of Cells one time, and he's like, "I can't even get that close to you." I'm like, "That's because it's supposed to be two and not like four drops of the
Yeah.
oregano."
He really wanted you to detox all that stuff out. He's
I was like,
thinking of
he,
you.
yeah, or he was like, "I have to massage you from very far distance."
That's good.
Yeah, yeah, you're a little spicy. So yeah, I get it, and I love your videos. Actually, they've really made me laugh. For like, because I do think that people do need the oil safety. Keep it away from the eyes, but you're not going to die. It will cause some pain. We've all
Yeah.
had some, you know, incidences where we've not put oils, and people will message me and go, "Oh, I didn't realize I had this oil in my hand, and it got a little frisky in the bedroom." And I'm like, "Oh, what did you? I don't even want to know anymore."
I've always heard the peppermint and then using the restroom afterwards. And you gotta learn somehow, those are the fun stories. Those are the stories people want to hear about, because we're all human and we all do things like that. So, that's why we do the videos the way we do, is because it's
Yeah,
not sugar and spice and rainbows and unicorns in this business. It's not. And if you're expecting it, you won't do well. So just expect there's a tug and a pull with all of it in your oil use and your building of your business,
yep.
and prepare for that. You'll become a better person through any of the struggles that you're going to go through. Heaven knows I've been through them. You've been through them. Everybody's going to go through them.
Mm-hmm.
Learn from them, become strong from them, and then teach from them, because people, again, will appreciate that. And good luck to everybody. Your journey is one amazing journey. I'm so grateful that I've learned what I have in my years of doing this, and there's so much more to learn, which makes me even more excited.
I know. I'm super excited. I'm gonna hit stop, and so it's not too long.
Okay.